Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're taking a look at the do-it-yourself watch kit from DIY Watch Club, I believe. They're a new brand. Basically, they send you a kit and you put the watch together yourself. Now, you're not putting the entire watch together yourself. I believe the kit is 295 US dollars, but if you use the code in the description below, you can save 5% until October 31st, which will save you some money there. As you can see, it's a dive watch. It's 200 meters. And I did put this one together myself. I had a little trouble in the beginning, mainly getting the seconds hand on. As you can see, it's kind of thin there. And it took me about 3 seconds hands to get it actually on the watch. I'm not a watchmaker, I'm not a professional watchmaker, but this kit is definitely doable. I did put the movement into the case. I did put all the hands on the watch, the hour and minute, and the seconds hand. I did, of course, put the strap on the watch. It actually comes with a paracord strap, which I'm not really a big fan of. I threw in a Barton's strap, classic gray 22 millimeter strap here. I also screwed the case back down here, as you can see, and it does say assembled by hand, so, I did put this one together. So maybe I am a watchmaker now. But anyway, it's a pretty simple dive watch. Some other stuff I did, you have to take out the crown from the movement, which is pretty simple on the NH35 located inside this watch. Then you have to put it into the movement holder, insert it into the case, and put the crown back in through the tube. It's not many steps, it took me about 3 or 4 hours, I'd say. And then I kind of took a break when I couldn't get the seconds hand back on. So then the next day I tried again with failure. And then I broke the seconds hand and I requested a backup, and he very nicely sent me a backup. Now I'm not sure you will have these same problems as I did. I'm not really too good at this stuff. I guess my hands are kind of jittery. It does come with a nice box with all the tools needed. It doesn't come with professional tools. This is a $295 kit, but the tools are good enough to put the watch together. And I do appreciate that. Comes with a blower, the little needle to push the hands down as well, and all that good stuff. Everything is nicely packaged in a nice zip-up pouch, which I will throw up a picture on the screen. I'm not going to go through a 30-minute explanation of me putting the watch together and going crazy on screen, because it just took me, a little bit too long. But I think, if you know watches, if you can take out a crown out of an NH35, you should have no issue putting this one together. It's a fun kit, something to do, maybe something for someone, trying to get into watchmaking. Or, if you really like watches and you want to really learn more about watches, definitely something to look into. But other than that, it's not a bad looking watch. You have kind of that Breitling Super Ocean 2 heritage style hands there. Some nice loom. You have a matte black dial in this variation. There are a bunch of different parts you can order from their website. You can get different color bezels. You can get a different movement. I believe there's a Miyota 9015. This is the NH35, of course, and it does come with an exhibition case back. There are a bunch of different options, which is very nice of them to do that. And the shipping is very fast. But let's get into some basic specifications on the watch, and let me tell you what I think of the actual overall watch. The solid 316L stainless steel case is about 41.5 millimeters or 41 millimeters. Lug to lug, it's 46, which is pretty short. These lugs do curve down. 22 millimeter lug width. Case thickness, including the case back and the crystal, we're looking at 13.5 millimeters. As you can see, the case really kind of contours down over here. There's some nice chamfering on the top of the lugs here, which is nice. We also do have a 120 click loomed aluminum bezel. Not a sapphire crystal, we get a mineral crystal on this model, which is kind of something I'd like to see, a sapphire crystal, but I'm not so sure because the kit he put together that he sends you is kind of really nice, and probably a lot of money went into that, so I can't really blame him on that part. The crown is signed and screwed down. We do get 200 meters of water resistance with a screw-down exhibition case back, which is nicely brushed the case back and polished on the underside of the lugs there. Of course, we have the NH35 movement inside here. Most of you are very familiar with this movement. The crown is very nice, actually, and very smooth. I did put this one together myself, so maybe that was because of me, right? Of course, the NH35, we get self-winding in the first position. We get a quick set date over at the 3 o'clock with a standard white window. And then you get hacking in the final position, and you can change the time here. A very simple dial. It's a matte black with printed loomed markers. We have blue loom on the actual rotating bezel, then green loom on the hands and all the printed markers on the dial. And yeah, that's pretty much it for the NH35 movement there. Let me just screw this back in. But yeah, if I get you a little closer on the dial, you can see their logo or the name of this model, DWC. Getting a little closer, DWC, DO1, automatic, water resistant, 200 meters there. Bezel action kind of feels like a Seiko, and there's a good reason. Most of these parts on this watch are moddable with Seikos, so if you have a Seiko or you're interested in modding Seikos, maybe this is somewhere to start because you can interchange parts, which is pretty cool. I would definitely take a further look into that if you're interested. I thought that was very interesting that they did that. But anyway, one thing about the case that I don't like, it's a little sharp on the bottom side. That's the only problem I really had. That's one of the reasons I threw it on the strap, but the paracord strap kind of wore too close to my wrist and was a little sharp down here. That's just one thing maybe they need to improve in the future. I don't think it's chamfered out over here, so it's a little sharp over here. That's the only really downside. But the bezel is great. It has great action. Everything does line up. I did line it up myself. Very minimal backplay, slight backplay, which is pretty typical. Kind of feels like a Seiko SKX, the bezel itself. But other than that, it's a decent watch for a beginner if you're looking to build a watch and wear. And yeah, it might take you a couple hours, but in the end, it's kind of cool that you put this watch together yourself. I want to show you guys the Loom. The Loom is actually really good, and I was quite surprised by that. As you can see, the Loom is quite strong on this watch. The green, I believe, which is Super Luminova, and then we have blue on the bezel, which looks pretty nice. And I think it goes together well, especially for a dive watch there. The Loom actually lasts pretty long. It's a little brighter on the hands and the actual printed markers. The bezel is actually pretty good in that nice blue hue. I think the Loom looks pretty good. On my wrist today is the Oceanica Reef. This watch is an automatic dive watch, 200 meters, with a nice chamfered sapphire crystal NH35. Really nice bezel. A ceramic bezel insert with a BGW9 Swiss Loom. And just a really nice watch. I believe this one now comes with a free NATO strap as well. And wears really nice on the wrist for that vintage 6105 feel. And just very good quality control and all that. This is the V3 rubber version on the rubber strap with the NATO that comes free. And I believe these are 200 shipped worldwide on Oceanica, the Oceanica website. Sorry about that. But yeah, definitely a very cool watch. And great for the summer or humid weather there. Very nice, cool watch. Yeah, just a cool watch. There is the do-it-yourself on my 6.5-inch wrist. It fits really nice. It's kind of flat on the wrist there, but as you can see, it definitely has nice proportions. Considering that short lug-to-lug width, definitely helps it fit a bit better on the wrist there. I will show you the paracord strap. So here's the paracord strap. It comes with a nice signed little D there. You know, a lot of people do like these straps. Some do, some don't. I'm not really a fan of them, to be honest. They strap together like that. They go under the spring bars, and it's elastic, so you get a comfortable fit. You know, they're alright, just not really a big fan of them, but they're pretty cool. I believe you can pick some other straps on their website if you want. This is just the one that my kit came with, and it's not a bad strap. It's pretty good quality, and but yeah, just not for me. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen, the do-it-yourself watch kit. I think it's a pretty neat idea. I believe some other companies have tried this in the past but failed, but it seems to be that they're doing pretty good with this. You know, it's a nice looking dive watch. If you're looking to do something on the weekend with your kid or something like that, I think this is a good idea to buy. The positives definitely outweigh the negatives. I mean, you're putting it together yourself. He's supplying all the tools you need, you know, which is not cheap, to be quite honest. When you see, if you do buy one of these, the packaging is really nice, and everything is pretty professionally done. You even get the finger condoms and all that, so you don't smear the glass and such, and a nice air blower, and all the tools that you will need to put this together. So I think it's pretty cool. If you have some free time and want to put together your own watch, definitely check them out. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. This is Watch Addiction Watch Reviews, coming to you with the do-it-yourself watch kit. I will see you guys on the next video. Let me know what you think. Throw me a like if you enjoyed this video, and definitely subscribe if you want to see more like this. I will see you guys on the next video. Thank you so much. Bye.